The primary election is just more than a week away.
And as always, there are a number of races for you to decide on, but this year there are some special circumstances that some of you will have to deal with.
24-hour News Ace political reporter Rick Albin has been looking into that and joins us right now with more.
Story number 201 about this very issue. It will come as no surprise to folks that much of what this story deals with stems from the Roy Schmidt affair that has prompted not one but two write-in candidates to mount a campaign. That means more for the voters in the 76th district to think about, and for everyone some reminders about the peculiarities of primary elections. When Roy Schmidt schemed to run as a Republican instead of a Democrat and put a fake candidate on the ballot, it set in motion a series of events that still have not fully played out. You've heard of the investigation, the report, and the prosecutor's decision not to file charges, despite saying that Schmidt and Speaker Jace Bolger conspired to commit fraud. But the fallout goes far beyond underhanded political dealings. Because of all of this, two write-in candidates have surfaced in the 76th House District. The Democrat, Winnie Brinks, is unopposed, but will have to get 5% of the total vote cast in order to move on to the November election. Republican Bing Goy is challenging as a write-in against Roy Schmidt. In order to vote for a write-in, you have to be able to print that person's name in the blank, then cast your vote. How accurate do I have to be if I'm writing in somebody's name?
Well, we'd like you to be as close as you can, certainly.
That's what Grand Rapids City Clerk Lori Parks would like, but the reality is much different. If you were voting for a write-in whose name was, for example, William, Bill, WM, Will, or even W would be accepted for a first name. And spelling does not have to be exact.
You're correct. It is quite liberal as far as making that determination on, is it the voter's intent to, write this person's name.
Some candidates may go so far as to try and provide voters with stickers with their names to apply to the ballot. Parks is not advocating that.
The sticker could come off. When it goes into the tabulator, the sticker could cause a jam when we put the ballot in, and I'd like to prevent those kind of things from happening.
She says if you have such a sticker, use it as a guide to spell the write-in's name. What if you've already cast your absentee vote, but because of new entries in the race would like to change it?
You would just need to request that you'd like to spoil your ballot.
And I can do that for any reason?
Yes, for any reason.
So far, only a handful of people have asked to recast their votes. And what of day of voters? We know you can spoil your ballot at the polls a number of times and vote again. But if I cast a ballot at the precinct and it goes into the machine and I walk out that door, and I do that at 9 o'clock in the morning, and at 5 o'clock in the afternoon I decide I don't like that ballot, and I come back and say I want to spoil it, you're going to say
no, it's too late at that point. If you've already cast that ballot and it's been tabulated, at that point now it's too late.
Another thing to remember is that in order for a write-in vote to count, you have to vote for a qualified declared write-in candidate. You just can't go in and vote for Brian Sterling or Susan Shaw and have that vote count. It has to be someone who has made their intention known to be a write-in candidate. Just some things to remember.